going to talk about building one of the most valuable assets in your business. I'll tell you what it is. It is your email list. It is the best way to reach your customers. It's one of the few things that you have complete control over. Social media is great for growing your reach, and you should definitely be using social media, but you don't own your reach there, right? At any moment, the platform could change. It could lock you out. It could disappear. The algorithms could change, which happens all the time, and you can lose your audience in a blink. It's critical that you really convert as much of your social media following to a list that you really do own and control. And an email list is the way that most of us do that. So the most common way to do that is with a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is something that you offer your followers, your customers, your prospects, etc., in exchange for their email address. It can be a free download. It could be an event. It could be access to a group. It could be a training video, anything that gives enough value to your audience that they're willing to give you their email address in order to get access to it. You can get really fancy and complicated, but the basics you need to really convert those followers and those potential customers to emails is a high value offering that can be delivered digitally, a landing page or somewhere for them to go in order to learn more about it and give you their email to sign up, and then an automated email that goes out to either deliver the lead magnet or give them further information. That's it. It's a weekend project. You can totally do it all on your own. This is part one of 4-part session on more free ways to grow your. If you don't have a website, you can build simple sites and landing pages really easily on GoDaddy or Shopify. If you already have a website that you can send them to, but you need a way to collect their emails, you can usually do that where they pop up from your email provider or a section to your existing website. So first things first, we're going to start thinking about what you can provide of value to your followers that they will want to sign up for. Some ideas for this lead magnets would be a checklist, a template, a masterclass video, a worksheet, something else that you can provide at a very low cost or even free, doesn't cost you anything to produce, that you can deliver digitally. No matter what you decide to use for your lead magnet, the process to use it is basically the same. You're going to create it, let people know how to get it. So you're either going to post it on social media, you're going to tell them verbally about it, you're going to mention it on a podcast, whatever. You're going to get the word out there. You're going to take their email in order for them to access it, usually by signing up on a website or on a pop-up or sign-up page, something like that. And then you're going to deliver it to them, usually via email. But sometimes it could be like an instant webinar, like an evergreen webinar platform where they just sign in and they get the webinar right away. But delivery by email is the most common method. A good lead magnet is always going to be designed specifically for your avatar, right? For your ideal buyer, your buyer persona, whatever you want to call them. You want to design this lead magnet specifically for them so that it appeals to them. It needs to be high value. People are not going to sign up for your newsletter just because you said, hey, I've got a newsletter. I'm sure it's a fabulous newsletter, but we're so overloaded with information and emails and sales and all of those things. There has to be some real value in it for them in order for them to give you their email to access it. So make sure that it's high value, but also make sure that it's actionable and consumable. You want to give them a quick win, right? So the difference there is if you gave them something that is so long that they're never going to work their way through it, they're never going to see the results from it, and then they may or may not ever want to see anything else from you, right? Because they're still working on that first thing you gave them. No matter how great it was a lot of work and they never made it through, right? Or, maybe they didn't see the results from it for a very long time. So you want something that's easy for them to use, to consume, and it's going to give them a quick win so that they're ready to take more things from you, right? To purchase things from you, etc. And then you want it to be high converting. It needs to be something that they get excited about and they just can't wait to hand over their email or their information for so that you can send it to them. So when you're deciding what your lead magnet it is going to be, you want it to give value, like I said, but it has to be a quick win. You want them to be ready to get more from you. So it's also really critical, and this is something where I think most people miss the mark if they're having trouble with their lead magnet. You want to make sure that it's attracting the right people for you. So you want to create the lead magnet that will get the right people on your list. So for example, if you're selling art lessons for brand new artists and your lead magnet is a tutorial on advanced drawing techniques, it might be incredibly popular. Your list might grow very quickly, but it's filling your list with people that will not be interested in your product when you offer it because you're getting a whole lot of advanced artists on your list, but you're selling a basic course and they're going to be beyond that. Or let's say you had a roofing company and you know your ideal customer is obviously homeowners and your lead magnet was something that was going to appeal to renters, right? I don't know why you would do that, but you'd be filling your list with home renters that are never going to want to buy a new roof for the home because they don't own it. So think strategically right from the start on what you can offer that will appeal to the right people and attract them to your list so they're a good fit for the products and the services that you actually have to offer them. And if you're stuck for ideas, you can start by thinking about your ideal avatar or persona and what the big question is that you get asked over and over again. That's a great place to start. Or think about a checklist. What kind of checklist would they find useful? So if you go back to that roofing example, maybe you could offer a home maintenance checklist, right? Or for the art lessons, maybe you could have a equipment and supplies checklist for new artists. So get what you need and, don't waste money on what you don't. That could be the checklist for the artists. So checklists are really quick and easy. You can design those in Canva. They're very quick to put together and they tend to be quite high value. So that's a great one to look at if you're stuck. You can think about a single video masterclass. Those are really easy to quickly film and produce. What could you put in a masterclass that would get them closer to being ready to buy your product when you offer it? So here, think about the objections that people have before they buy your product or service, or skills that they need to pick up to be ready to buy your product or service. So let's say you offer health coaching, but an objection that you get is that people don't have time for the exercise portion of your program. So maybe your lead magnet is a free masterclass on fitting in fitness with a busy schedule, right? So you're solving that problem for them so that they're ready to purchase your program. Or let's say you're a realtor and you're finding that your clients are completely unprepared when you go out to show them a house in this new and very competitive market. Maybe they haven't bought a house in 10 years and they have no idea what the market is like right now. So maybe you do a free masterclass on what potential home buyers need to know in the housing market before they start viewing homes, right? Get financing pre-approved, be prepared to go over asking price in some markets. They want to have their needs clearly defined, all of those things. So you're getting them ready to be your client or customer. So that's another great way to look at it for your lead magnet. And also look at anything that you've previously created. Maybe you've got something already that you could use. Maybe you could just tweak the title or the format for it and use it as well. And then get it created. Really, that's the most important thing with the lead magnet. Don't get stuck on perfectionism. Jump into Canva, design a PDF with one of their templates, get on Zoom, record yourself on video. Actually, you can even throw together some slides on Canva and record yourself right in Canva in the corner of the slides for a really professional look. However you do it, just do it and get it in front of your audience and test it because you're going to want to tweak it. You're going to want to make changes once you start testing. So don't spend hours and hours trying to get it absolutely perfect because you're going to change it. You're going to get feedback and there's going to be things that you're going to tweak. Get it created and then get back here for the next session and we're going to talk about your landing page and where they can sign up for the lead magnet and how to make sure that converts and takes all of those potential leads and converts them into leads more successfully.